Hey guys, back with sales for Monday. Just me here. Usually Linda's here. Hopefully she'll be back in the next couple clips. But we're going to go over what's sold in our online store Monday through Thursday in this video. So you'll see 4 different clips here. We sell stuff on platforms like eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, Depop, things like that. We buy these items at garage sales, thrift stores, and estate sales. Try to sell them online for a profit. Today is Monday. Had kind of a slower weekend if you watch our last video, a little bit less than what we like. We try to get $400 a day. Today we had 14 sales on 2 platforms for $487, so we did make our goal. Kind of a good mixer and kind of a weird situation that happened as well, so let's get into it. First off was Poshmark. I actually forgot that item. So the first item, sorry, I forgot. It's a Tiffany & Co. little set of cards here, playing cards. Got these for like $10 with some other stuff. I paid up a little bit for a couple items in there that I wanted. It was kind of $10 a piece. This one sold for $40 plus shipping on a best offer. On Poshmark, that was pretty cool. I think it said we're gonna make $32. So after our $10 cost, about 22 bucks, which is awesome, and a pretty quick sale. The rest of the items were on eBay though. We had Star Wars, the Clone Wars, the complete series. This little cover is kind of fallen off, but it is the complete series. Paid $5 for this, and this one sold for $60 ship, sold pretty quickly. Then we sold these little handles here. These are like little, what are they called? They're like little drawer pulls, what they are. They're like a French provincial, I think is the term. I don't have Linda here to go over the exact title, but it's a French provincial set of handles. I bought a whole bucket of different hardware for different like dressers and stuff like that. We've been parting them out. That set sold of 2 sold for $18 ship, so that was great. We sold an Ariat little soft shell vest, paid $5 for this. It's a it's a men's medium. Paid $5, sold for $55 ship. That one also sold pretty quick, so that was a good sale. I am missing one thing. It's a set of 3 SDSU. I need a haircut, by the way. 3 SDSU patches. You've probably seen them sell it if you've been watching. We've sold them before. I can't find them. We have a whole bag of them. They sold for like 12 or 13 bucks, 3 of them. So I got to find those. I'm sure they're around here somewhere, but probably when we pulled them last time and, you know, packed them, we probably didn't put them back in the right spot. So got to find those, but those sold. Then we sold a Franklin Mint. It's a like an Egyptian, like pharaoh set of Egyptian mint chess. We bought a set for 50 bucks, but it was broken. The board was broken, and it was all the pawns and stuff were in the pieces, but the board was trashed. Paid 50 bucks. We've been parting it out. This guy sold for $13 shipped. The pawns sell the most quicker sale, I guess, or quicker because people seem to lose those ones, but they don't sell for as much. The kings and stuff like that sell better. So we've already made profit on that one. We had a couple people buy multiple pieces from us, but we have a lot left. Slower, but we're making money. Then we got a Ford 1983 Ford Ranger book, sold for like $13. Not a whole lot. This came from our manual buy. Just happy to see that one go. And then we have a pair of women's Levi's joggers, like little camo joggers here. These sold for $17 ship. They were a buck at a garage sale. Don't really do a lot of women's clothes, but every once in a while. A pair of Nike Dual Fusion, not the best model. Got these for like a couple bucks at a garage sale. They're a women's size 7.5. Kind of more like a men's colorway, like a green and stuff like that. But it ended up selling for $30 ship. But it is a women's shoe. I guess a men could fit in there too if they have a smaller foot. What else do we have? Okay, and then we have, someone bought 3 items. This is kind of weird. 3 random items. They don't say they're a viewer. It kind of looks like it's, I don't know, the name kind of looks like someone who might just buy random stuff, but also could have a store, but this is not a store they're listing on because there's no active listings. Here's a lot of Occupied Japan figurines. There's like chairs and little people and animals and stuff. We got these from one of Linda's friends a long time ago, and I finally got around to listing them. This set sold for $40 shipped. They bought this. They also bought this like Burberry Farms or something farms or whatever, little fox thing. This little wooden with like metal or tin tail and head. This one was $5 at a garage sale, and it sold for $45 shipped. Same person bought that one. They actually bought the Occupied Japan in a separate order, but same listing or same address, same shipping. But then they bought this Cottontail collection, well, Easter bunny here. This one they paid $51 for. This one they bought with the same order of this guy. They bought these in the same one and checked out at the same time. I think Linda got that one for I don't know, $5 to $8 at the thrift store at Savers. So they got that one, and they bought all that for whatever it is, $130 or something like that. So pretty cool sale. If you are a viewer, thank you so much, because you didn't mention anything, but it sure looks like a random mix of stuff. It has like a antique booth or something like that. But I don't think you'd be able to pay that much and then resell it and make any money. You know what I mean? Like $51 on that Easter bunny. How could you really get more than that? I wouldn't think you could. But anyways, that is what it is. Then we have this little CD here. This is Peter Marshall Sings. It's like a little $13 CD. That one sold right there. We have a pair of Nikes. These ones sold for $36. These are Jordan. I forgot what Jordans they are, but I paid $5 or $10 for them. They sold for $36. Took a little while to sell, but they're from our Nike 450 buy. And then I think our last listing here is these Razor scooter wheels. I bought a bunch of these for I think 15 or 20 bucks, for 20 to 25 bucks for a whole bag of them. The problem is I set them in a lot of two packs like this, which is not really ideal because most people only buy 2 wheels. They just don't sell for a whole lot. So they sold for $30 for the set of 2, which is a little bit better for the shipping on that or whatever. But honestly, I've only sold, I think, 2 sets ever, and I still have a whole bag. I probably should go back and see how much one set is selling for. If it's selling for like $18, probably worth just listing them as one, because most likely someone buying a set of wheels only needs 1 set. They don't need 2 sets unless they have 2 sets of scooters or they're buying for the future. But I think that's why they haven't sold. So probably a poor listing strategy on that part. But again, $30 for the 2 of them. We'll get them out of here. I'll revisit that to see what's a better option there. If they're only selling for like $15 and then shipping is going to be, because they're kind of heavy. If shipping is going to be like, $7, it might not be worth it to list them by themselves. It might be better just to hope to find someone who wants to buy 2, but we'll see. But that's all we got, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back in a second with what sells on Tuesday. Hey guys, back with sales for Tuesday. Linda's still not here. She's not feeling well. We have 11 sales at $3.50. It's already been a late night. Been doing some listing and stuff, so I gotta get this packed up. Luckily, it's a pretty easy packing day. Again, 11 sales for $3.50, all on eBay. First off, kind of the worst sale, this little Ninja Turtles weapon sold for like $9 ship, not a whole lot. Here's a good one. This was from Savers. It was a $3 DVD, Ghost Adventure Season 5. Some of the Ghost Adventures do really well. This one sold for $30 shipped. Again, paid I think $3 for that. Then we have a set of these Province de France cards. I sold a pack of these the other day for about 18 or 20 bucks, and this pack sold for 15. I had 2 of the same ones. I paid $1 a piece for those at a garage sale, so that was pretty good. And then here's a good little CD set to look out for, Trilogy by The Weeknd. The case is kind of rough, but this paid $2 at a garage, and it sold for $45 shipped. There's a lot of good sold comps to this one too. It's a pretty good sell through on that. And then we have, what is that? Oh, we have this Free People. It's like it's shorts, but I guess it looks like a skirt too. Would that be a skirt? I don't know, but it's brand new with tag. This was $5 at a garage sale, and this sold for $27 shipped. So that was a pretty good deal there. Sold a Funko Boney Tony from Garbage Pail Kids. This isn't our big Funko, but I have about 3 of these ones. This is the first one to sell for $18 shipped. And then we have a Devin White from our jerseys. This is a Devin White Buccaneers jersey, size 4XL, so a big boy jersey here. This one sold for $40 shipped. That was from a big buy from Salvation Army Auction. What do we got next? One of our Sun-In pieces, we're running out of these. This is the Mandrel. You probably can't see it. KL869. There's the brand here. A bunch of these little Sun-In stuff. We've sold through most of them. I probably have 6 or 7 left, but this one sold for $90 shipped. So that was great. That was from our tool buy from a long ago. It was sitting in my storage shed with all the other tool stuff I haven't gone through yet. Pulled them out, and we've made a ton of money on that stuff. Then I have 2 of the same exact item here. These Mazda little clips. 2 packs of 5. For some reason, I listed 2 different listings. One for $15, one for $14. Usually, I would just do a multi-quantity, but for some reason, I missed it when I was listing them. These each sold to the same buyer for whatever that'd be, 14 and 15, so $29. So that was pretty good. He's buying them both. We'll save on shipping, but interesting that I did it that way. And then lastly, this was cool at a garage. So I actually missed it the first time around, came back around and saw it. It's a little Philips. I think it's a Philips Hue, and it's like a triple power adapter supply, so like 3 little cords can plug in there. Thought it was kind of cool. Just grabbed it for $1, and it sold for $30 shipped, and it sold in a couple weeks, so pretty good seller. So that's all for the $3.50. Again, pretty good day. A lot of really small, easy to pack up, which is great. And we'll be back in a second with what sells on Wednesday. Back with sales for
Wednesday.
Linda joins the show for
Yes.
the first time this week.
With my Nala.
That's Nala. She is dating Simba as we speak. No. Bad dad joke. Anyways, how did we do?
So we came in at...
So much shorter than me. My head gets cut off.
13 sales on our main on across 2 of our platforms for just under $535.
Yes, $535. So we made gold. Yesterday we didn't make gold. Monday we did. This is why I don't bring in the video, bro, because look what you did. No. I think that got moved around the other day, so that's not Linda's fault, actually. That would be the ghosts that come in the garage, the leprechauns at nighttime or something. I don't know.
My ones that refill my tape.
The people who refill your tape gun and redo the blade on your knife. Just, who knows how they do it. You just show up and it's done. Okay, let's get into it, though. First item is on...
First item's on Mercari. It's this vintage Hanes Chicago Bulls basketball long sleeve sweatshirt.
Crew neck, got the big bull on there. Bulls, basketball, great looking.
Yeah.
Sweat. It's got
and
a
the
couple.
graphic is so good still.
Yeah, it's got a couple of marks. It's not a perfect shape, but this is definitely something someone would look out for. Paid a couple bucks at a garage sale.
And it sold for $35 plus shipping on Mercari.
Bull stuff always seems to sell, especially vintage, big graphic stuff. So.
Next up, starting on eBay, big sale came through in the morning. Was these Blanco, B-L-E-N-K-O, glass amber honey bear bookends.
We're going to show you a picture so you can see them. Also, they are here, so people don't think we're just making up sales or anything.
So there's the bears.
They are super cool. I knew they were...
Here they are. Cameron put them in front of a light for the picture so you can see that amber honey.
Yeah. They were $5 at a garage sale. A very good garage sale for somebody. Made a lot of money on this sale. I had a bunch of CD sets as well as the Folio Society books, and I saw these.
And then I had a collector message me. She wanted the bears, or he. They have a couple of other bears that they collect along with other Blanco glass items. They showed me pictures of their home with the items. And so they purchased these for $130 shipped.
So $5. I will individually bubble wrap them, and I'll actually wrap them in some cardboard and then put them in a box. I do that with a lot of the breakables. It's more work, yes, probably a little bit more cost in the shipping, but it helps to give you a little bit safer of a, packing and travel. So next up, we have this set of Reader's Digest, the world's most beautiful melodies, a lot of 6 CDs. And these are from Reader's Digest. I think there's something you would get, like, you could order from them. Yeah, there's like 4 sealed and 2 not sealed. And those did sell for $24 shipped. This came in of a box of DVDs and stuff for $20. We sold 1 DVD out of there for $20 plus this. It ended up being not as great as I thought it was going to be. Plus, we sold a bunch of sealed DVDs from there, but it definitely wasn't the best thing, but we're making profit, which is good. I'm just glad that those, made a pretty good sale. Then we have a couple other DVDs that should sell. Next. Then we have Von Ryan's Express on DVD, sold for $9 shipped. Then we have that's what I couldn't find. Okay. It's an AT&T remote charger base for a handset. I'm not sure where it was or is. If you don't see this, that means it's but if you did, we did find it. Sold for $14 shipped. Just hold your little phone, your handheld, your like a home phone or whatever. It's a little cradle for it. There it is, guys. Yeah, here's the phone. Charging. That's how it works. If you don't know what a home phone is. Next up, this person came through about 3 different items from our store, specifically 3 items that match. They bought a Toby tram car from the Thomas the Train Wooden Railway, then number 7. Then they bought Thomas and Friends Wooden Railway Hero and Tender engine car in a bag because it's with a piece and not in a bag, and then Thomas. Tommy is the brand. Thomas is the name of the... So it's Thomas and Friends. This is Diesel, the wooden railway train. He's an engine also. And all of those came together for a total of $51 shipped. First, they've been listed for a while. They're all wooden trains, so it makes sense. And actually, this one's been listed like way before we even moved here. Yeah, and the thing about trains is, Thomas, there's like the Trackmaster plastic, there's die cast, and there's wood. My opinion, wood is like the super most collectible one I've found better sales of. The other ones do sell as well. It's really cool to have someone come through and buy 3 of them, whatever they were listed for, didn't make an offer, nothing. And then we're able to ship them out together. We'll save on the shipping, and hopefully they'll be happy. So. Next up, we have this realistic TRC 216 40 channel transceiver for parts or repair.
sold for $22 shipped.
Were you with me when we sold those little fake battery looking things?
The aluminum batteries
Yeah.
from Japan, yeah.
They were in here.
Oh.
So I paid $5 for this. This only sold for 20 something. It's for parts. But inside were these little fake battery aluminum Japan things, and they sold for like $13. We made a few extra bucks on that, which was cool.
Nice.
I didn't know they were in there.
Then Cameron got some Bakugans, yeah.
Little balls, but they turn into like little animals and stuff.
And that is the Dragonoid Oxalator B800, and that one did sell for $13.50 shipped.
I bought a whole bunch of them for like $5 or $10. Sold the rest in the big lot. I think I have one other one listed. There are some valuable ones, the early ones, but the lot worked pretty well to sell them like that.
Then out of the $1,200 tool buy, someone came through and purchased 2 Sunin CR14 stones. They are new open box, and those did sell for a total of $81 shipped.
Very happy with the Sunin stuff, but we are almost out.
Then we have an original Cabaret vocal score music book. It sold for $18 shipped.
Very nice.
Then out of the Salvation Army online auctions jersey buy, the one where we got all those 4XL ones, this is the vintage Tampa Bay Buccaneers Mike Allstott jersey, number 40.
The train is what they called them, I believe.
$60 shipped.
I believe it was the train. Anyways, I sold one yesterday for 40 or 45. This is my second one to sell of the 4XLs. There were some other jerseys there, but this is the second 4XL one to sell. Both of them were Buccaneers that I've sold.
Next up, Cameron got a copy of the Source magazine. This is the one, the KRS-1 March 1997 issue, number 90 in rush shape, sold for $21 and some change. Then last but not least, out of the car parts, we have a VW Porsche Audi replacement oil filter housing screw plug O-ring. And O-ring. Yeah, so for $21 and some change.
This is again from that $35 car parts buy. We have made quite a bit of money on that. It's been great. Sold 2 pieces yesterday and boom, sold another one.
And that's it, guys.
And stay tuned because we have an auction that's ending that's getting quite a few bids. So that should be pretty cool from one of our jersey buys. So hopefully you'll see that in the next clip here. We'll see you guys in a second with what sells on Thursday. Hey guys, we are back with the sales for Thursday. Unfortunately, the clip did not save. I don't know what happened. I guess user error probably, but I want to show you a couple things that sold. This is the Miami Dolphins Dan Marino. I mentioned we had an auction going for this in the last clip. This one sold for $127.50. It's more of an authentic jersey, I guess. It's really long. This one sold for $127. It came out of our $135 jersey buy from a garage sale. We got each jersey was $5 a piece, and this one already sold for $127. So that was pretty cool. Here is a Lily of France, like an underwire bra. It's like a vintage one. I got it in a bunch of vintage clothing, which I don't know a lot about, but this one had some comps and it sold for $25 shipped. Don't know if it's really still usable. A little Kenwood remote here sold for $20. This was $1 at an estate sale. Look out for remotes, especially on like receivers. Some brands to look out for, like Kenwood, Yamaha, Onkyo, different things like that. Not just Sony or whatever. There's other brands that have some more value if you can find them. Not every one, you got to look up model numbers, but definitely worth keeping an eye out for remotes. Here's another car part from our car part buy. This is a Nissan distributor rotor head, sold for $18 shipped. These car parts have just been amazing. Such a great buy there. A Wii game, not worth a whole lot. This is Wii Cardio, but it did sell. It sold. It was brand new sealed. Sold for $10.19. This one is cool here. This is a Neutrogena Microderm abrasion system. Look out for this. If you find the little Neutrogena pads that are in this little tube right there, those brand new sell by themselves for really good money. I think a stack, like a set of those, is $50 or $60. Mine was missing one in that, plus it had the unit. You can sell the unit by itself as well. I paid $6 for this on the last day of an estate sale. No one had picked it up. It was sitting in the bathroom. It sold for $100 in a couple days. So awesome buy there. Definitely something to look out for. We got a bunch of Bible toys. You can see the box over here. This is what it looks like. It's the nativity set. I got this at one of those bin stores that has like Amazon returns. It was missing a couple pieces. I paid $2 for the whole set. I thought they would sell a little better if I parted them out because people might be using this set. Unfortunately, some have sold for about $10 a piece. This one's on sale. It sold for $8. So we don't make as much. We've already made money back, obviously, but definitely wasn't exactly what I hoped for. And then lastly, a little Philips CD player. This one was $25. I paid $5 for this one. I paid up for it, but I did confirm it worked while we were at the sale. And this one sold for $25 shipped. So that's all we got, guys. Definitely some good sales there. I don't know if we made our goal, but that jersey was sure. Actually, probably did, or close to it with the jersey and Neutrogena. So definitely like the highlights of the day for this Thursday. But that wraps it up, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.